It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Good evening, sports fans. This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith. Tonight, it's the Orlando Magic as they'll be playing against the Miami Heat.
Everyone is in their seat and buckled in at the American Airlines Arena as the Heat look to grab a win here in Miami. Alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And on the sidelines, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. The Magic made a special trip here for one game back in Orlando for the next one. They've been playing very well lately. It's been 4 wins for them in their last 5 games.
Well, they're a team no one wants to face right now. The level they maintain during this winning streak has really been incredible.
Yeah, they're tough to beat because they can be overwhelming. They adapt to change as well, and they play with passion.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. On the court for Orlando, Bellinelli is out there with Ricky Rubio. Then there's Chandler Parsons. Then there's Nowitzki. And it's Zubac in at the center position. Now here's Dragic. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Here's Towns. By this point in the season, Doris, certain teams have been hit hard by the injury bug. And the truth is, the next man up, the next player up, can be easier said than done.
Oh, there's no doubt about it, Kevin. Sometimes it's not necessarily when the injury happens, it's who has the injury hit. So a all-star level player, an MVP caliber player, can't necessarily be replaced one for one. So sometimes you've got to make some schematic adjustments, and sometimes you've got to rely on the whole to pick up the one big star that's gone down.
I always thought character is really revealed when you start losing a couple players to injury.
No doubt, Kevin.
Oh, big time put back there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. Dragic kicks to Siakam. Wade outside. Good ball movement here by Miami. Towns, no luck.
Not the kind of strong finish it should have been. Something threw him off.
Parsons finds Rubio. Pass to Zubac. In the corner, Parsons with it. After 2 misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made.
That's just sneaky inside. Parsons has that capability.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Siakam. Again, the miss by the Heat.
Boy, despite the miss, he did a really good job shaking himself completely free from the defense.
Nowitzki's shot's good.
Well, incredible looking shot down in the paint. Nowitzki making it look so easy right now.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Orlando.
And they'll be doing their best to establish superiority over this club, something they failed to do a year ago.
As the playoffs near, let's take a look at the Eastern Conference standings. Taking a look at Miami. Right now, the 6th best record in the conference, looking to hold on to playoff position and finish the regular season strong. And checking out Orlando. Right now, they're 5 spots below them.
And when you look at Miami, they've done a good job staying relevant this season. I mean, I was concerned they'd suffer a drop-off, but just give them credit. They've hung in here in this playoff race.
Resiliency has been crucial for this team. Anytime it looks like they may start to drag a little bit, they've picked it back up and stayed in the hunt.
And Dwayne Wade had hoped to return to the Miami Heat. Last season, at the trade deadline, he got his wish.
And it just seems right when he's in a Miami Heat uniform. It's a second home for him, and he's back where he belongs, baby. Wade County.
Down to 5 on the shot clock, and the basket by Rubio.
I'll tell you, the in-between game for Rubio starting to come around.
The Heat trail by 5. And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with Eric Spoelstra.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, it's no secret that speed is this team's strong suit. And their coach thinks that they're going to play to that strength. He said there's no reason to hold back. We want to push the action as much as possible, dictate pace, and play the game on our terms. We'll see if they can pull that off tonight, Kevin. Back to you.
All right, thank you, David. Here's Rubio. After the made shot from Goran Dragic. Parsons outside. The 10-footer. Whistle blows. Bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
Just terrific concentration for Dirk Nowitzki, right? He takes the hit like a champ and nails the shot anyway.
You know what, Greg? There may not be a more likable superstar in the NBA than Dirk Nowitzki. I mean, everyone loves Nowitzki.
And a large part of that is just Dirk plays the game with a smile on his face, it seems, at all times. His play style is one that is hard to root against, having so much skill in the body of a 7-footer. And it's one thing to be respected by everybody. It's another to be loved by everyone in that regard. And Dirk's, he's one of a kind.
Dragic against Rubio. On the wing, Bellinelli. Takes the three. Buries the long-range jumper. Bellinelli's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And so it's the Orlando Magic bringing the... The former #1 pick overall in 2015.
Every single day we're thinking about how can we...
Yep, one step at a time, Greg. That's the mindset to have.
Yeah, you can't have too much too early. But with Towns leading the charge, this team is in great hands.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1/4 of action so far. And guys, for the Magic, what jumps out to you so far, numbers-wise?
Well, already in the first period, they found ways to get this offense ramped up.
I think one key is they've controlled the tempo so far. And I know it's early, but it helps to have this kind of lead.
Dragic and Wade, the two playmakers in the guard spots. Then there's Towns. Then there's Bogdanovic. And it's Siakam in at the 4 slot. So that's who Miami starts the second with. Rubio, the pass to Parsons. Back to Rubio. Pass to Bellinelli. Inside. Deflects the pass. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Towns. Here's a look at the schedule for the Orlando Magic. On Friday, then on Sunday, they'll go up against C.J. McCollum and the Minnesota Timberwolves. And the wide open shot from Bellinelli. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
Yeah, that's 2 straight 3-pointers they've allowed.
And it's Dragic with the ball for the Miami Heat, trailing here by 8. They get to take on the Bulls at Chicago after this one, and that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for them. There's the dish to Towns, and that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. Dragic has got 3 assists tonight. Locker room presence, one of the aspects that gets overlooked by fans, but Doris, not by coaches. And there are some players who have that presence.
You know what, Kevin, and this can take the shape of a lot of different things. So one guy that comes to mind is Sean Livingston. Always calm, always about team. Thaddeus Young is not a name necessarily that is at the top of every best player list, but anyone who's ever coached Thad Young believes in his ability to affect positively a locker room. Then you have those guys who maybe are going to challenge you a little bit more, but ultimately are good for the team. And I would cite Draymond Green, who will call out a teammate if necessary, push them to greater heights. You need both kinds, I think, Kevin, in your locker room.
Siakam far from the most skilled player on the floor, but Dorsey finds minutes through his hustle.
This guy has got one of the highest motors in the league. He can leak out in transition, finish in the open floor. I'll tell you, this is a jolt of caffeine in a power forward's body.
Passes it to Bellinelli. Nowitzki outside. Back to Bellinelli. Parsons against Bogdanovic. 5 to shoot. Bellinelli with the 3. And it's Miami with the rebound. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with San Antonio.
And they had to be sensational defensively on that night to compensate for the fact that they just couldn't find a rhythm offensively.
You could see them trying to find some sort of rhythm on the offensive end, but the more they forced it, the less effective it was.
Now, here's Rubio. He averages about 5 points a game. Kicks to Bellinelli. Towns against Parsons. Unloads from 13. That shot misses. And Miami the other way now.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical. Oh, great ball movement there.
And it'll be Orlando with their first time out of the game right here.
How about Karl Anthony Towns, guys? At the age of 11, guess how tall he was? 6'3". So it was his goal to develop a complete skill set all the way back then. Boy, how about that? Ahead of the game in terms of the NBA.
Now, here's Rubio. The pass to Parsons. He kicks it to Bellinelli. He dishes it to Nowitzki. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And with those points, he puts an end to that 10-0 run by the Heat.
The Magic have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line.
Such a tremendous free throw shooter for his career. 9 times out of 10, Dirk's going to drain it.
Here's Siakam. 7 points in the game. Here's Wade, and plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. There's the call. It's a foul in Orlando. Miami shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Well, when Dwayne Wade is able to stay healthy, he has proven he's still very effective. This guy is smart, he's decisive, and he can play at a high level.
Now, here's Bellinelli. 9-point game his last outing. Nowitzki dishes to Parsons. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Nowitzki. Parsons got his 2nd bucket tonight.
And they're right around 50% for the game on their threes, and they've only gotten better as the game's gone on.
Rubio against Dragic. Pass to Towns. Shoots over Zubac and misses it off the right side of the rim.
Well, I wouldn't say the D was a...
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Great. Orlando had no problems getting going. They jumped out to a 6-0 lead as they strung together some excellent possessions early. By the end of the first quarter, their lead was 7. In the second period, they lost some momentum but fought their way through it. And now with the second half of
a great look at American Airlines Arena right on the shores of Biscayne Bay as we welcome you back to Miami. Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. It's been quite a game for Dirk Nowitzki.
And they haven't needed a lot of shots to get their points. Just tremendous efficiency here in the first half.
I think you can look to specifically the patience and the shot creation. Really solid effort.
And so in the game for the Magic, they've got Bellinelli, Chandler Parsons out there with Nowitzki. Then it's Ivica Zubac, and it's Rubio in at the point guard position. Now here's Rubio. With the floater, and it's good on the way in.
Oh, you have to appreciate Rubio's creativity. Floats that one in.
Dragic kicks to Wade. Dragic against Rubio. Back to Wade. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Wade's got it all tied up now for the Heat.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And Goran Dragic, a slippery lefty out of Slovenia.
At his peak, a phenomenal offensive player. He doesn't hit that peak every season, though. And now in his 30s, we'll see how long he can extend his prime.
Now, here's Rubio. Parsons for 3, and it's Miami with the rebound. Towns has got his 5th rebound in this one. Siakam misses. Orlando's gone 3 of 7 tonight from 3-point territory. Parsons looking it over. On the wing, Bellinelli. Wade is covering, and he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. And it's Towns with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Heat. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, the Orlando Magic has struggled to find difference-making players in the draft or in free agency. Their goal is to get younger but get better at the same time, and it's difficult to do even in the Eastern Conference, but Orlando is determined to get this right. Kevin?
And the journey continues for them and a lot of teams. D.A., thank you. Now here's Parsons. After the miss from Karl Anthony Towns, that's a 2 from Bellinelli. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Bellinelli's got his third basket of the night right there.
Boy, that is about as low a percentage shot as I've ever seen. I guess this guy likes a challenge.
And the rejection by Zubac. Here's Towns. 7 points in the game.
One made three for him for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
Well, there's no consistency from the field in this quarter. We'll see if he can get his shot going.
And Rubio kicks to Parsons. Clock at 6. Zubac, bounce pass. Shot on the wing. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
And as he squares up for mid-range, the defender right in his face.
Well, classic example of crowding the shooter, not letting him get comfortable in the mid-range.
For Miami, they have been perfect so far from the free throw line, 6 for 6. Both shots good from the stripe. 54 seconds left to play in the third. And Bellinelli kicks to Rubio. To the left wing. Nowitzki for 3. Siakam pulls it in. The Heat have gone just 25% from the field here in the second half. They're 2 of 8 for the lead. Good on the triple. Siakam's got 12 points in the game.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Pass to Parsons. Rubio left side. Kicks it out to Nowitzki. Shoots over Dragic. The Magic again can't hit.
Boy, that's just the kind of tight defense you need to play on him. Any kind of room at all, and he'll bury it.
And racing up the court, you have a number of options and a great decision there.
I love how he took the initiative, right? You took charge of the opportunity.
And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Heat lead by 5. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Dragic and Wade, the 2 playmakers in the guard spots. Then there's Bogdanovic. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. And it's Siakam in at the 4. That's the group on the 4 for Miami. That's in coming off an assist from Dragic. Siakam's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for Miami. Now, here's Rubio. Parsons outside. Passes it to Bellinelli. Shot clock at 5. And it's Zubac to top the key. On its way from Parsons for 2. Siakam pulls it in.
I'll tell you, his inconsistency not helping their cause at all.
And Towns gets it to go.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
The Magic trail by 9. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Here's Rubio. It's rebounded by Towns. Towns has got 9 rebounds now tonight. Rubio against Dragic. 14 feet away. Unable to get that one. And it's the Magic taking it the other way. And the foul called on Pascal Siakam. That's his first foul. Not a lot of time left for the Magic in this one. They have yet to put up any points here in the fourth. Rubio finds Zubac, and he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Wow, able to survey over the top of defenses as well as squeeze into tight quarters. Rubio is the consummate playmaker.
Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
I'll tell you, you're not going to find a much more confident basketball player. He always believes the points are going to come.
Last season, Doris, the NBA hosting 4 regular season games in Mexico, celebrating the 25th anniversary of the NBA playing in Mexico City.
Well, Kevin, you know this. Mexico City is the 5th largest city in the world. You are a geographic expert. This is a gateway to all of Latin America, and the NBA, as always, eager to expand their presence in new markets.
I agree. And the fact, Doris, they're so progressive has just, given them so much new things, revenue, growth avenues to follow. It just opens up a whole new area where they can grow.
Never rest on your laurels, Kevin. Always work hard, just like the great Kevin Harlan does.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Alder.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Steve Clifford had to say to his team. Three-pointers have hurt them tonight, and he told his players, we've got to play them better on the three-point line. We can't give them any more clean looks. Kevin?
A minute 20 left in the fourth quarter. Right wing. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Nowitzki. Rubio's got 4 points this quarter.
I tell you, unwilling to settle for something on the perimeter. Rubio sticks his nose inside.
Here's Dragic. He can't get that one. And Orlando the other way now. 50 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Rubio against Dragic. It's stolen by Dragic. And here we go. Fast break. Wade's got it. Count the basket. Wade's got the lead up to 11 now for the Heat.
I'll tell you what, the energy in this arena, you can feel it.
Oh, there's no doubt. This crowd is into it, and it's because of how well their guys have played tonight.
And that one drops for him. We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Outside, Towns. Back to Dragic. Shoots over Rubio. Hits the front of the rim and out. Here's Bellinelli. Three-pointer. And the miss. And so it's the Heat winning this one. So, all right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our...
Look, I'm an emperor in your